Howdy, everybody. It's your pal Misty. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. It is time for a Thursday night live stream. Whoop, 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 whoop. I, I don't remember when I did the last one. I'm sorry. But I'm glad that some of you are here. And for anyone watching on the replay, thanks. I appreciate it. So we will start with who's in the chat because there are a couple people here, and then we will get into tonight's different topics. If I shift around a lot, I'll get to why that is in a moment. So, hello, my sweet, lovely Cheryl. I'm so glad that you're here. Hello, Lori. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. And my mama's here. Hey, mama. Happy Thursday. All right, people saying hi. I'm sure Mary will be here eventually. I'm sure she's also at work. Jess is here. Hey, Jess. Woo-hoo. Yeah, smash the like. I always forget that until the end, Jess. But yeah, smash the like button if you're here watching live or on the replay. Um, and go watch Jess finish her 75 hard. I mean, no spoiler alerts, but go watch the videos of her doing it. And watch Tisharia. Tisharia is crushing it. And she's prioritizing sleep. She's not here yet, but I'm super proud of her for prioritizing her sleep. Because sleep is important. So, where have I been? What have I been doing? Main thing is I finished my renewal on my certification for my personal trainer license or for my personal trainer certification. So with the American Council on Exercise, with all of them, I think, at least all of the ones that are NCAA accredited, you have to take ongoing classes every year in order to keep your personal trainer or any certification that you have with them. Um, I could have done it while I was unemployed, but it cost money. And even though I was on unemployment money, I was trying to budget and be safe and whatever. Excuses, excuses. I didn't do it then. So I've basically spent the last month of August getting everything completed. It's like every free moment that I had that I was not at work or asleep, I was studying. So I finally finished that. And it was great because about halfway through, I realized that if I picked courses that were webinars, that I could listen to them at 2 times speed. And I can listen fast and still learn it. So it was great. Sometimes I'd have to pause it and take a screenshot of something just so that I'd have it for reference if needed, or to zoom it in because it wasn't I was doing some of it from my phone just to sort of move around the house and things like that. So uh, that is now completed, and I completed that last Friday on my day off. Thursday and Friday I finished the last of the hours that I needed, and the last few days I've sort of been at a loss for, like, what do I do now? I worked the first few months of my job just getting used to the job, and then I spent a month doing all this training, and so now what am I going to do? Maybe videos. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Um, you were on an old live, huh? Hope it was a good one. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Oh yeah. How long did it take for you to figure that out, Mama? That you were on the wrong live. It might have taken me a minute, even, and I do the live streams. Oh well, that explains it. She's multitasking, doing laundry, cooking, and YouTube. I have not done any laundry today. I left that for tomorrow, but I swept, I mopped, I did dishes, and I meal prepped some ground beef because I like to have ground beef in my arsenal all the time for just because. Because if I can't eat anything, I can normally eat ground beef. So I like to have that already prepped and ready to go. So I have enough for the next week. And I don't mind eating it leftover. Some things I don't like leftover, like vegetables. Vegetables sort of need to be fresh. But when it comes to cooked meat, generally I'm cool with that. And then canned chicken. I love canned chicken. I think we've already discussed this. Canned chicken is my jam. Just add some sauce to it. Some hot. I like the Frank's hot garlic. is it buffalo garlic? I don't know, but it's Frank's, and it also says garlic, and Frank's is a hot sauce. It's so good. You add like just a tablespoon or two of that. I don't know how much you just pour it in until it turns like that color, and then you eat it. It's delicious. I like to just eat it out of the bowl I eat it with a fork. I don't know, maybe a spoon would be better, but I prefer forks to spoons. Anybody have a preference? Oh, we're just going to be talkative tonight. I can already tell the brain is just clicking away, which is a good thing. That's what we've been looking for. And I'm sorry. Anyway, okay, so enough about that. So I have, oh, see, there she is. I had on my Betty Boop shirt. Oh, no telling's how. You know what's funny though is I almost put that shirt on tonight, and then at the last minute, because I was already wearing this shirt, and I don't know why. I was like, put on a t-shirt, Misty, but I didn't. This is what I wore for my afternoon reset workout and for my workout this morning. I took it off after the workout. I put it back on to get it stinky again, and then y'all don't know. Y'all can't smell me. I'm sure I smell fine. The dogs love how I smell, so. What is that saying? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I got meat prepped because I like meat. I feel like I want to finish the chicken story though. I just add some sauce to it. I like to eat it with a fork, or I like to put it in a tortilla, or I like to use the legendary protein chips and make either nachos out of it or just straight up scoop it out and eat it on one of the chips. It's delicious. It's so good. Lots of protein, delicious, and easy. And it's cheap too. Canned chicken from Sam's Club is so cheap. It is just chicken and water. Doesn't have anything else in it like some of the other brands do. You just open the can, you drain it out. The chicken is delicious, and it's cheaper than, well, maybe not cheaper, maybe like a few cents more than chicken, but I don't have to cook it. It's already ready to go. Anyway, whatever. Let's get off that. Here, I think I thought it. Don't know if I said it. Why can't there it is. Oh, you had someone in your office. Yeah, right. Canned chicken is so good. It's so good. It's so easy. It's so cheap. It's one of the cheapest sources of protein. Well, maybe tuna would beat it, but I don't really like tuna. The smell, I don't have a good sense of smell, but I can smell. It's not even that I can smell tuna, but it's like I can feel the smell of tuna, and that's not going to make sense to anybody, but it's like when I can smell tuna from a can, it makes me want to gag. Like it instantly creates a reflex. I don't know why. If you flavor it, then it's fine. So I could probably do the flavor packets, but I will just eat chicken. Thanks. Hey, Jen's here. Thanks for joining, Jen. I appreciate you being here. Long time no live stream, so it's not your fault that I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, no, it's a good thing we don't have smell-o-vision because I may be stinky. I have not. It's my off day, and so I'm gonna be. I have not showered. I just keep putting these same stinky clothes on. But that's fine. It's fine. You don't have to smell me. It's okay. I'm relaxing. So I finished my trainer certification renewal. So I got that all sorted for the next 2 years. I've told myself that I will do a course a month over the next 2 years, which should get it done on time or before time. And my coach, Kirsten's like, yeah, do that. She's like, I've been saying it for 23 years or something silly like that. She's been with them forever. And we're alike in a whole bunch of ways. So I have a feeling I may be doing them next August or year after next in August. But I'm going to really try not to. But for a couple of reasons. One, because I enjoyed it. I learned a bunch. I figured out one of the cheapest ways to do it was to actually buy one of their passes. So I waited until it went on sale, and then I bought it. And I did it so that it covered part of this year and will cover part of next year, so that as long as I do my course a month this year, I should get it without having to pay any more money. And then it covers my CPR AED cert and the actual recertification, all of which also cost money. So it ends up saving a couple of $100s by doing their plan. So that's what I ended up doing. And they have other certifications or other certificates that you can get on there. So I like learning. So I may do it just because I have it. I have access to it. and I like to learn stuff. And I don't know what to do with myself because I don't have anything to do. and I spent the last week kind of bored. I'm still having that where, and I kind of wonder I wonder if it's a change that I made that sort of affected it. But I don't know if y'all remember, like several months ago before I started the job, I was like, I don't know what's wrong, but like I have no thoughts. Like normally my brain is like ruminating, and then I got the job, and that helped too. And so I was thinking about the job, and then I was thinking about all the courses, but most of the time I just don't think about anything. And so my relaxation has been great mentally. Um, but I'm not entirely certain why that is. Anyway, it goes into part of what I wanted to talk to you all about tonight, which was my health and weight loss update. In the last live stream, I did mention that I started taking hormone replacement therapy after getting blood work from the doctor. It is something that I prayed about for a long time, worried about for a long time, got excited about for a little bit, and then just got the answer that yes, you should try it. And so I'm trying it. And has been 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know. So my sense of time is still non-existent. I know it's Thursday. That's about it. That's about all. And it's a little after 5:00. That's about it. I just I feel like a little bit of Groundhog Day because I go to the gym and I do the same things every day. I've even told people, didn't I just see you a little while ago? They're like, that was yesterday. I'm like, I mean, that was just a little while ago, but it is what it is. So anyway, it's not a bad thing, by the way, because I didn't realize how I knew that my old job was a high level stress job. Like I knew it and I could definitely feel it. I just could have never imagined what the polar opposite of that is. And now I'm having to learn how to deal with the polar opposite of that, which is nothing. But it's not a bad nothing. It's just like I can think about whatever I want because I'm not thinking about anything specifically. Oh, right now I'm thinking about this. My cross is bothering me. I could feel it on my chest, and normally it's over a t-shirt. Sorry, let's readjust everybody. Mom says it's like being retired. You don't like it. It is a little bit like being retired. I was actually thinking about it the other day. So Tuesday would have been my daddy's birthday. No, I love my daddy and I miss him. And we had a new manager so new managers come to train with my manager. Like she's been there for like 10 years. So she has a lot of experience and they'll send the new people to the position to her as one of their training pieces. So we had a new guy there this week and I think I was cleaning at the time. Like, oh yeah, I was doing a walkthrough. We call it a walkthrough. And I was cleaning the front desk. And he was like, I don't know why, but I feel just compelled to tell you that I see that you're a really hard worker. And when he said it, it literally sounded like my dad said it to me. And I was like, that's nice. I was like, you were compelled by my daddy. You didn't know it. I was like, but that is the one thing that my dad always took pride in was being a hard worker. And today would have been his birthday. And so he's like, oh, well, I'm, happy to help. I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. But then I told him, I was like, but to be honest, I now understand what he said, because if you were to ask me about my old job, if I loved it, I would have said yes. And what I have realized now is I did not love the job. I loved the people. I loved my team that I created because I hired pretty much every one of those people. And the ones that I didn't hire, I brought them into my circle like they were family and loved. And I loved my people and the people that I worked with. I did not love the job. But now I love my job. I love it. I don't even mind the cleaning. Like, I don't love the cleaning. Who would love it when you could do other things? But like, I don't mind. It's cool. I like to clean stuff. It is relaxing a little bit. I get in the zone. I put on my music and clean whatever I'm cleaning. And so I told him one thing that my daddy always said was that if you love your job, you never have to work a day in your life. And I kind of now know what that feels like. I'm doing a lot of hard physical stuff oftentimes, but I love it. And so it just feels like I go there and then they pay me for stuff, and that's fun. Like, members all the time they're like, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. I was like, you are my job. So it's not a bother. It is literally what they pay me to do. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about being retired. I can't even think about that. What do you do when you're retired? I don't know. Anyway. So I did start earlier shifts at work. I prayed for earlier shifts, and God said, bet. And then I was like, ooh, should have been specific. But so I start at 8 a.m. on Saturdays. That's my latest start, and that's the day that I train. And it's fun. It's such a good time. I had a group of 4 ladies last week that did 2 different sessions with me. They were so fun. And then I had just some individual sessions. I had almost all of my sessions full on Saturday, which for only doing this for a few weeks, I feel great about. Actually, this past week, I hit 3 months on the job. Oh, and I got my name tag. I hadn't even been able to tell y'all. Y'all might not even known about that. I don't know if I told y'all about that or not. But my name tag said new employee something. I forget what it says underneath it. Anyway, I made a sticker that said my name. And I had been wearing that for the last 3 months. But I got my official, like, you are a official member of the staff name tag. With, like, it's I was going to say metallic. That's not the word I'm looking for. It's and they stick together. It's not metallic. Oh no, what magnet? It's a magnet. It's fine. Nobody panic. It's a magnet. So it's like a fancy, it's not one of them. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks everybody. I was like, oh no, my brain. I love y'all so much. Y'all smart. My brain just went, nope, it's a thing. But the other one had the straight pin, and so I was always worried I was going to prick myself with it. Anyway, so I'm an official employee now after almost 3 months. But I love it, and I love the schedule. So I know one of the update. Hey, there she is, my sleeping friend. Well, that sounded weird and inappropriate. I'm sorry. I talked about you earlier to Sherry. To come in and say we're sleeping friends sounds weird. I mean, I get good sleep, and I have been telling Sherry, focus on sleep, get more sleep, and she's been getting more sleep. She sent me, she almost got 7 whole hours last night, bro. You're crushing it. I know. I'm sorry. You knew what I meant. I just realized as I said it, that sounds weird to anybody who hasn't been having conversations between the two of us. Anyway, so Sherry is doing amazing. She's doing 75 hard. One of the best things about it is talk about total honesty. She's going to tell you exactly what she's thinking. Although that day you were like, I might not make it. I might quit. I was sitting there going, girl, you're not quitting. Nobody believes that. Not even you. And then you're like, I'm done. I was like, surprise. Yeah, a slumber party. I accidentally created a slumber party with Sherry. I mean, it would be fun. I'd totally be down. I'd sleep in the living room with the boys. It sounds like a good time, actually. Just not what I meant. I meant we're good. We're prioritizing our sleep. So anyway, I do 8 a.m. on Sundays or Saturdays to start. I'm there at 5:30 on Sundays, 3:30 a.m. on Mondays, and then 6 a.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So when I said I wanted early, I meant like 8 o'clock, not 3:30 o'clock. It's so early. Like my bedtime is between 6 and 7 p.m. on Sunday night. Amy messaged me after I got home from work. I don't know, it was about 3:30 or so. I did a workout. So like by the time I got home and relaxed and everything, she's like, hey, do you want to come over for steak? I was like, that sounds amazing. But by the time you have it ready, I have to come home. I have to leave by like 5:30. So by the time I got there, I could stay for an hour, not eat, and then come home. It just wasn't worth it. It was more important for me to rest. So that part kind of sucks. We don't get to do our Sunday walk anymore. So I haven't seen Mary and Natasha in like a month, and that sucks. But it's okay. I love my job. I love the members. Some of them cry, which I'm like, I'm real bad with crying. I cry about everything. Happy, sad, excited, scared. I cry. That's my default reaction. Is just cry about it. I'm a Cancer. I feel like it's a known thing. I'm not when other people cry, I'll be like, oh, this girl's crying. What? Oh no. Do you need a hug? Like, I just want to hug them. Can I get you to hug? Because maybe a hug will make you stop crying. So I got to get work. I got to get past that part but because I'm sharing my story with them, they're sharing their story with me. I'm supporting them, whatever, and people just get emotional about it. I get it. Changing your whole lifestyle is a big thing, and there's a lot of emotions involved. I just don't always exactly know how to deal with them from strangers. So. Yeah, I knew you knew what I meant, but that I realized it would just sounded so funny because nobody else probably knew what we meant. Yeah, I know we got to fix it, but when? Also don't know when, so we'll figure out something. I don't know. My bedtime now is typically most days between 7 and 8 o'clock. I hate it. I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like it. I don't like going to bed before the sun goes to bed. It feels unnatural. It always has. For my whole life, I don't like to close my eyes. But nowadays, at least, I want to wake up tomorrow, so I know I got to do it anyway. And it's like every single week on Saturday, or on Sunday, rather, I come home because I normally do a big workout after my Sunday shift to sort of also exhaust me a little bit more. And then it'll be like 6:30, 7 o'clock was the latest that I went to bed one Sunday. And I'm like, I'm going to be up just sitting here. It's way too, nope. Within like 10 minutes, I'm out like a lot and I sleep great. I get like 8 hours of sleep. So the early schedule is working really well. So one of the updates that I wanted to give was a health update on the HRT, which I know I've circled all the way back around and come back to that. Is it helping? I think so. Honestly, like, it could, though, also be that I've just done the earlier schedule. And I was talking to my mom about this today. When I tell y'all I was exhausted all the time, I was exhausted, not tired. Like, I feel like I can push through tired. I was exhausted. Like, I couldn't not take a nap. Like, sleep was mandatory in the middle of the day. But over the last few weeks, and working the earlier schedule, maybe, I just don't feel like I need a nap. Oh, Ruby wants to come up here. Come on, babe. Say hi to Ruby. Hi, babe. Kiss my chin. Kiss my chin. Just kiss it. She likes to eat my chin, so I just give her a little bit of a side. She's a nibbler. Do any of you have dogs that like she nibbles my chin? Anyway, so are the hormones helping? I have been tired. Like when I got to be there at 3:30 and then, I get home at 11. That part's great. On those days, I do generally take a nap. And they also feel like the longest days of the week. I feel like they're 2 days put together because I'm just awake for so freaking long. It feels like, even though really I'm not because of how I do my sleep schedule, it just feels like forever on a Monday. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just explaining to you how I feel about it. But so maybe it's not having the split early morning night shifts that could be helping, but I really just don't think so because I haven't felt exhausted. I've been a little tired after I got to get up at 2:30 in the morning to be at work for 3:30. Like, yeah, I'm tired. And like at the end of the week, like yesterday, on my last day of my shift, yeah, I'm tired. I stood up on my feet for over 40 hours and done a lot of cleaning. And to clean, you got to use muscles. It's not just like you just dust. We do also just dust stuff, but a lot of it's like deep cleaning. So you have to scrub. Because people are nasty. I don't know if you didn't know, people are nasty. But luckily I don't have really like a bad gag reflex or and I can't smell really well. So normally if there's something really nasty, they ask me to do it. And I don't even mind because I wear gloves. I pick up dog poop every day. What? It, it doesn't bother me. But people are gross. Just before not everybody, I'm sure not you. A lot of people though, gross. They're just gross. Um, so more to come on if the hormones have helped, if they're hurting, if they're having any weird side effects. So far, I don't know of any. I feel so much better than I have in a long time, even just 3 weeks in. So it's still not, I still don't feel as good as I know I have in the past after I first lost all the weight and before I lost all my hormones. But I feel like there's a good positive outlook now of that. Even if I can stay at this level, I can manage, I can survive, and I can do a part time job or other things like videos or online content or coaching or things of that I want to do. Because I was spending hours a day studying every day to get my recertification done, where normally I would not have been able to do that. I would have had to nap for at least a few hours. So it's looking positive to me. Might it get even better? I mean, that'd be great. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be great. If I get even less tired and have more energy and more balance, I feel like that'd be a great thing. But I'm just really happy with where I'm at right now. So overall, I think it's really good. Um, but one other thing that I wanted to talk about is the blood work that I had. So I had blood work done in order to determine did I need hormones, which I already knew that I did. I'd already had blood work that showed that. Anyway, new doctor, new blood work. I get it. No problem. But one of the things that I have talked about several times is ChatGPT and how I love ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is great. Now, or any AI engine that you want to use, you can pick your own. I like ChatGPT. I like the way it responds. I like its answers. I like that you can ask it. I'm sure you can ask them all for, where they got that information, cite your sources and things like that. But I just enjoy it. So my mom was like, she put all her blood work into the AI and it gave her feedback. And I was like, that's a great plan. So I had not done that because I've been busy studying. I've been all my time studying, but I did it today. And hey, your breath is a little bit stinky, which means it's bad. If I can smell it, we need some. I like to get them the dental chews that help with bad breath from HEB that are peanut butter because they smell just like peanut butter. It makes me want peanut butter every time I give them a treat though, which is it's a little rough. I don't eat peanut butter every time. But it does make me want that. Anyway, your breath is a little bit stinky. So I put all my information into ChatGPT. Oh, what are we doing? No, you're not getting down? Oh, maybe. I don't know what she's doing here. I need to back up just a little bit so I can get to my mouse, babe. All right, so I'm going to read what ChatGPT says. So if I stop looking at y'all or get confusing, just know that it's because I can't see y'all. Because I'm going to a different screen. So it has basically I told ChatGPT that I was a 50-year-old woman. Let me tell you what I was like, howdy, because that's how I was. I'm a 50-year-old woman who weighs 181 pounds. I recently received the following blood test results from my doctor. Please analyze them and give me an overview of what is going well and what I could work on. So it did that. I accidentally put in some of the numbers wrong, so I had to redo those because I had anyway, whatever. I had one of my the liver function ones, I had it at 1,400 instead of 14. So that was a bad thing. But anyway, let's go over what it says. So it says blood sugar A1C was excellent. My fasting glucose was great at 81. Oh, and blood sugar A1C was at 5.2, which actually is a little bit higher for me, but still excellent. Fasting glucose was 81, which is great. My liver function is normal. My kidney function is excellent. My vitamin D is optimal. which I guess is like in a normal range. It's 45.7. I'd have to look to see what the thresholds are. My thyroid panel was normal. She also did inflammation and autoimmune screens because I have the arthritis in my hands and in my joints, and to see if it was rheumatoid arthritis or things like that. And so all of those came back either negative or normal. Bunch of ESR, ANA, and then the RA factor. The RA was the main one that I was worried about. The CBC and differentials, which is the blood counts and things like that, are healthy. And then my HDL and triglycerides are both excellent. So that is my doing well section. So overall, doing well. So the things that I need to work on, most of them I already knew or always come up. The cholesterol overall is always higher than normal. Like it was 216 this time. But that's because my good cholesterol is high and it's kind of skewing my numbers. So even my doctor said, not too worried about it. If you can lower the fat, add in more exercise, bring that number down. She's like, I'm not going to even suggest statins for those types of markers. Hey, Chris is here. I just came back to the page to see what we were commenting on. Hey, Chris, it's good to see you. You're always right on time, sir. And you know how to go watch the first part if you ever want to. I'm just going over blood test results. So most of it was good. So still worth monitoring and improving is my overall cholesterol. Says, talk to your doctor about dietary changes or exercises and think about adding in omega-3s, which I have heard that fish oil is also good for that. I don't know if that would help lower it. I told her I can't really exercise anymore. I mean, maybe I could. Like, I haven't exercised as much the last 3 months as I was before that, but that's just because I'm busy and my work is now so physical. And just from timing, there were several days a week I'd get in 2 workouts a day. Now that only happens twice a week. Girlfriend, what are you doing? Get down. Can you get down? You're bothering me, and I want to switch my legs again. Oh. Is it hereditary? I believe so. I think cholesterol is absolutely hereditary. I think if high cholesterol is in your family, and I believe there are some people who it's even diet and exercise change. It just doesn't help that much. And we won't get me. Oh, girlfriend. Don't get me started on cholesterol and how it's not as. Anyway, my cholesterol is fine. I'm not worried about it at all. But I do understand why the analysis says to look at it and to talk to your doctor about dietary changes. The dietary change they would tell me is to eat less fat, which I can do. I don't, but I can. And then my sex hormone levels, estradiol, progesterone, testosterone were all low, consistent with menopause. And then my SHBG was high, which reduces free testosterone. And then my DHEAS was very low. And so it says, which was kind of interesting. So it says so the 3 things that it wants me to look at are my cholesterol, my hormone balance, and then my testosterone, or DHEAS and testosterone. So it says for hormone balance, you're showing clear postmenopausal labs. If you have symptoms such as fatigue, yes, hot flashes, not really bad. Yes, I do get them, but not very. I had worse hot flashes right after my hysterectomy. Low libido, I don't know. I don't think about it. And that's always been the case. I mean, I'm single. I'm just not thinking about it. Vaginal dryness, I don't really think so. But again, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so though. I feel like you would know that even if you're Anyway, I don't think so. And mood swings, maybe. Did I have mood swings? I don't feel like I had really big mood swings, but maybe I did. But it says discuss starting HRT, which I did. And it says also consider checking bone density. I do not need to check bone density yet, she said. I am not old enough and I am currently resistance training, which increases bone density. Um, so, but then it says DHEAS or testosterone, and it says if you're feeling low energy, that those may be the contributing factors. And it says there's safe ways to support that with a prescription or monitored supplements. She did not say anything to me about the DHAS or testosterone, so I don't know if that's something that the estradiol, I don't know what I'm taking, hormones, the HRT that I'm taking, I don't know if that impacts that at all. Um, but I guess we'll see, because I'm sure I will get blood work. In fact, I need to go back for blood work. I kind of forgot about it until today when I was doing this thing, because my, I don't remember now what it was. Was it my potassium was way too high? Yes. And they thought it was a weird lab result. First of all, ChatGPT didn't say anything about that. In fact, in one of the earlier analysis, it said something about my electrolytes all being very good. But I was worried about it because sometimes a high potassium means there's a kidney problem. But all of my other kidney numbers said that they were good. So my kidney's functioning fine. So I don't think it's an issue. I think it was just a bad lab result, like they said. But I do need to go and get those results done again so that I can just have the proper results in the system, instead of the mixed up or the messed up lab results. Anyway, so health wise, other than the cholesterol, which again I'm not worried about, and 216, you're this much over. I could fix that in a week by just going on lower fat and just prioritizing protein and carbs. Like it would. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not. My cholesterol always ranges between like 175 and 225. I'm in like a 50-point range every time I've been tested. I'm either low within 25 points or high within 25 points. That's fine. I'm good. I'm not worried about that. But then the other thing was the hormones, both the estrogen and then the testosterone and the DHEA. I don't know what that is. I don't know what DHEA. What is DHEAS? It says it's a hormone produced by the adrenal glands. Just says that levels may indicate. Oh, you know what that may also be? Is it says that it may be PCOS, which I do have, and technically I still have that ovary. Huh. I'm reading. Yeah, it's just basically adrenal gland and hormone related issues. So I bet that's probably why that's low, or at least part of it. Now, can I do anything about it? It says you're in overall great shape, especially for your age. Blood sugar, liver, kidney, and most metabolic markers are solid. Your main areas of focus are cholesterol, hormone balance, and DHEAS and testosterone. So I think that's pretty good. I mean, I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like those results are great. Um, so that's my health update. I think it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks that I've been on the hormones. So she said it would be 3 months before I would really be able to notice any market difference. That she said I may notice some changes in mood. She said to be on the lookout for that. and that I may get increased energy. I haven't really noticed any changes in mood, but again, I didn't really have those beforehand either. I don't think I'm a crier, but I don't think that's a mood swing. That's just a reaction to life, and I cry. It's the thing that I do. Um, yeah, very good. I think so. I mean, definitely better than any blood tests that I had before these last 5 years. And I wish I had my old blood test. I may need to go back and watch the other video that I did when I gave y'all updates on my blood markers. But to be honest, I feel like they are pretty much identical. They're pretty much where they were before. I didn't have any hormones in either, but I was refusing to take HRT at that time. And then I did a lot of research, and like I said, I prayed about it, and I talked to my mama, and I talked to my friends, and I needed to do something different because I wasn't going to be able to keep going on and make money to support myself if I was exhausted. And the brain fog was just terror. I haven't had a bad, you know what? That's something I hadn't really thought about. I haven't had a bad brain fog day. I don't know what day it is. That is not brain fog. That is just misty. This is I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what day it is. That's a normal thing for me. But it has gotten a little bit worse. But it's because I don't care. I don't care what day it is. I'm going to go to work and I'm going to do work, or I'm going to be off. Once I figure out that, then I'm good. Um, like, don't care in a good way, right? Like, it's just every day is a good day. There's not one day that I look forward to more than others. I like my off days, but I also sometimes go to the gym on my off days. Um, so my blood markers look good. I'm on hormones. So, oh, and maybe I should wait like another week or two, and then see what my new hormone levels look like after I've been on these for at least a month. I think I'm going to do that because I just have to go to get them retested just to show that my kidneys are okay, but all my other kidney markers are okay. So I believe what they said, that they had a bunch of weird tests come back with super high potassium in a week, that they normally wouldn't have that many people come back with that. And it wasn't even super high, but it was above the marker. But they had a lot of those. Anyway, whatever. So the other thing is, and I don't think that I've talked to y'all about this on a live stream, is sciatica. Boy, howdy. When I tell you that it hurt. Okay, so it started with, maybe we did talk about this, but it got worse because I feel like I talked to y'all about the twitching in my left butt cheek. And that happened on a Wednesday, like the last day of work for the week, because I'm off on Thursday and Fridays with this new schedule, which has been consistent. And I'm working the same exact schedule again next week. I'm super excited. 3 weeks in a row, my schedule hasn't changed. It's awesome. I have to work a lot alone because we've had people out and sick and different things, but I don't mind. I can work by myself. And it makes the day go by faster because you got to do a little bit more. But anyway, it's like I'm starting to hold it because it's starting to, I need to stand up and move around, but we're almost done with the live stream. So I'm just going to kind of keep twisting in my chair here. So my butt started twitching, and I made the joke that just my left butt cheek was twerking. Well, on Thursday, I rested and did some recovery, and it felt great. And then Friday morning, I went for a walk with Amy, and oh my goodness, the pain. It was one of those things where it wasn't like crying like I normally cry. It wasn't crying as an emotion, but like I had tears because I just couldn't not, because it hurt so badly. And then I sat down. I came inside. I opened the front door to let the dogs out, stay on the patio, do their business. And I sat down, and then like I could barely stand up when I was ready. And I'd only sat there maybe 3 to 5 minutes maximum. And I was trying to get comfortable, trying to move, and so then I'm like, oh, I just need to get up. And then I could barely walk. It was almost like my leg was dead. It was weird. It was like I almost had no feeling in my leg. So I did more recovery. I did all, felt a little better that Saturday. Went to work, did workouts with people. And after my last work set, which was core, I think I was too twisty without really knowing, because at that point I didn't really know what it was. I thought it may be sciatica, but I never had it before, and I didn't know it wasn't hitting all the markers that people talk about. Uh, and I was just at the desk, tears rolling down my eye, and they sent me home. They sent me home 2 hours early, and I felt bad about that. They didn't care. I mean, people call off all the time, just like I can't come in today, just randomly. But I felt bad for being asked to leave. Of course, he would have let me stay, but I really shouldn't have. I was hurting immensely. Um, so I've just been doing recovery. I wore a back brace for several days, which did help. I don't know that it necessarily helped with the pain and discomfort, but it just sort of helped me be more mindful of not twisting in directions that would make it hurt. But boy, howdy, when I tell you, I haven't had pain like that in a long, long, long time. And it has not flared up as badly as it did that Saturday. That Saturday was the worst. Like, it's in on my left side. I would not have been able to drive home if I had like a stick shift. If I had to use my left leg, I wouldn't have been able to drive home that day. Like, that's how bad it was. It was crazy. And I've heard people talk about sciatica and how painful it is. And my mom experiences issues with it, but they are all correct. Oh, uh, let's see. Tia, thanks for being here, Tia. You'll catch the beginning after. We went over blood work before. I don't know where you joined. But all my blood markers are good except for my hormone and my cholesterol, which is always not good. Well, it's not even, again, it's not that bad. It's 216. It's only 16 points over the recommended. And it's because my good cholesterol is too high. I'll take that all day, every day. Thank you very much. And my triglycerides are low. Those are the two markers in cholesterol that I look at. Is my good cholesterol high and are my triglycerides low? If they are, then I'm doing okay. Cheryl says if you really did have high potassium, they would take it in. Yes, because high potassium is like a bad thing. It means your kidneys are not functioning properly in order to shed the potassium in your system. And so that's why they said we've had a lot of those come back. We believe it was something wrong with the lab, and because all of my other kidney markers looked fine. So I'm not worried about it, but I do want to go get it retested. Yeah, I'm curious now to see what my levels are after a month. Sciatica stinks royally. It hurts so bad. Like, it's just that nerve pain, man. I mean, I've had other things with nerve pain, and it's like right now, it's hurting. I need to get up and move around. Sitting hurts probably the worst, to be honest. Like, it's rough standing up for 8 hours a day, and I get uncomfortable. But if I sit for an hour, I'm like, I gotta go. Like, I'm sure I don't know if y'all can tell how much I'm moving, but I keep trying to take pressure off of it. I have learned that if I sit, no, you can't say that. Like with your legs like a pretzel. What do they call that? Because I self-censored because I was gonna say how I was sitting, and I feel like it's not appropriate anymore. Crisscross applesauce. That's what. I'm sorry. Look, y'all aren't new. I was gonna say Indian style. I've been sitting Indian style. That's not appropriate, and I couldn't think of another thing to call it. Crisscross. Do we just call it crisscross? I'm sitting with my legs like a pretzel because what I have noticed, I don't know, Mom, maybe maybe other people with sciatica, I need to do more research in it. Surprisingly, I haven't done much research in it because I don't want to know. I just want it to not be that, and for me to just maybe have pulled a muscle and it get better. But it's not what it is. It's definitely sciatica. Like, the more things I say, people are like, yeah, oh yeah, that's it. Dang it. But I have noticed, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than if my legs are in positions where my hips are open versus more closed. So like if my legs are apart or like in that crisscross style, or even like when I'm laying down, instead of having my knees straight, I have them like twisted out to the side. That seems to be the most comfortable. Or if I'm laying down, sometimes if I elevate, but mainly sleeping on my side has been the thing that's allowed me to sleep. Sleeping on my right side, which is not my preferred side. Just because I got so used to having to sleep on my left side when I was heavy, because if I slept on my right side, it made my reflux really bad. So I got used to sleeping on my left side. And so I predominantly sleep on my left side, and now I cannot. But I got great result. I think, I don't know, it's on my phone, but I had like 20 something days of over 7 hours of sleep. I think I look, I'm going to show it because I'm going to get my phone. Excuse me, babe. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. Good to do a weight loss update too. I really like this Ultra Human ring. It gives me a lot of good feedback. And I do actually try to listen to what it says. Oh yeah. So 27 of the last 30 days. Will it focus on that for y'all? No. Maybe. There's such a glare. So 27 of the last 30 days, I've had over 7 hours of sleep. I could not tell you in my life the last time that has happened. So are the hormones helping my sleep too? Maybe. I don't know. But last thing we'll do is weight loss. I will be honest. I talked to the doctor. I don't think I said anything. But I did ask, like, I am still actively once again trying to lose weight. Will the hormones, help or hurt that? And she said, could go either way. She's like, don't be surprised if you put on some weight right up front, but just stay consistent with what you're doing, and eventually it should happen again. So I haven't weighed the last few weeks just because I just haven't. I've just not done it, and I just wanted to see naturally where my body took me and go from there. So I weighed in. Where's my scale app? There it is. So the last time I weighed in was August the 6th. That must have been the last live stream too, maybe. Or maybe the week after that was the last live stream. But I was at 181.2. And then I weighed in this morning. Will it focus on now? Let's see that. 181.6. So I was up 0.4 pounds. That's 100% a win. What? Whatever. Half a pound. I could have sneezed and dropped that half. I could have peed and lost that half a pound. Or you've done the other bodily function and lost that half a pound. So weight currently stable. I did feel like I got more of an appetite than I normally have, which isn't a bad thing because I will forget to eat, and that's bad because then I'll almost pass out because I haven't eaten. And then I will eat. I do eventually consume the calories for the day, but sometimes I should have consumed them earlier. And I've not been having as many problems with that. So maybe it's helping that too, or maybe just the early schedule is helping that. Again, I'm not sure how much of it is medicinal, how much of it is schedule change, how much of it is placebo, just mentally, but I feel better than I have in a long time. And I feel like I have completed all of the things that I wanted to complete. And so now I can start on all of the new things that I want to do and some of the things to bring money in for living. But yeah, so that's where I am. Good, and good. Good. Check. And the things that we didn't check, either we don't care, cholesterol, or we already knew and we already fixed it. No hormones, got some. And we'll see how it does. And so far, Like I said, I mean, if it gets even better in another two months, that'd be great. But I, eh, I mean, I don't want to say that I felt like I couldn't live, but I felt like I wasn't having a good quality of life because I knew it could be better. My quality of life was still good. I mean, it was fine, but I felt like it could be better because it had been before. And I feel like now I'm getting more into that. So crossing the fingers that whatever combination of things it is, that those combinations still keep working because I mean, I did take a nap today. I woke up excited about my nap. I'm not going to lie. I became a napper. Who knew? Who knew? Because back in the day, my mom would tell you, this girl don't nap. This is not a thing that we do. I was not a napper. I love a nap now. But I don't love needing them. I don't love them being required. I love being able to be like, I ain't got really no priorities, nothing that has to be done right now. Let me lie down and rest my whole body. Um, so that's what I've been doing. And lots of recovery every day for this sciatica. I do all kinds of things. I've tried all this stuff. I sit on my acupressure pad, which that helps a lot. I do red light treatments both at the gym and with the red light that my mom got me. I just flip on my stomach and let it hit my back. The percussion massager, the vibration plate, like I sat on my vibration plate, not stood on it, sat on it. My mom got me this infrared heating pad. Guys, I don't know. I haven't even looked to see. It's definitely not as cheap as a regular heating pad, but whatever it was called, worth it. Man, that infrared heating pad with whatever them little discs of metal are, I don't know. It's like the deepest heat penetration I have ever felt. Like normally it's just like my skin gets warm and sometimes that feels good. I feel like I can feel that heat going deep into my butt muscles and it feels great. So I've been doing that a couple of times a day. I just recently started the ice again because I was having a bad flare up. Oh, I did have a bad flare up because, okay, last thing and then I'll go. Because I carried groceries in, which doesn't sound like much, but the bag was easily 30 pounds based off of what I had in it. I kind of did a quick calculation later after I realized it. And the bag was easily over 30 pounds. And I just carried it in because I can. But I shouldn't while I'm hurt. Just because you can do something when you're hurt doesn't mean that it's good for it. And I think that offset weight twisty aggravated it. And I was very uncomfortable for the rest of the day. And I spend a lot of time uncomfortable once I get home because I have to sit, but then I'm tired because I've been standing for 8 hours. So I go from a combination of sitting, standing, sitting crisscross has been helping a lot. So still dealing with sciatica stuff, doing recovery and telling myself that you're hurt all the time. Because I was really, I'm really focused on things when I'm in a workout. I'm very focused on my own form because I do not want to hurt myself or I do not want to make an injury worse. So I've been going lighter in weights. I've been eliminating some moves altogether and doing alternate moves for them because they just hurt. Like last week we did kickboxing. That's too twisty. Nope. It was not fun. So I just started I marched in place for part of it. I just did back steps or front steps instead of side kicks. It was too much and I couldn't do it and it didn't feel good. But I know enough now to know that. But what I need to remember is also just in my everyday life, I'm still have an injury. I don't have an injury just when I work out. I have an injury all the time. So I need to be mindful all the time and tell yourself just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should right now. And that's a really hard thing for me to do sometimes. So I will be focused on that. The plan is to do Thursday live streams. I've been thinking about moving them back to Monday just because I really like the Monday live streams. Monday's the longest day for me. That's the only sort of issue that I have with it. But I don't know. I'm going to keep it at Thursday for now. But I really just feel like I want to move it back to Mondays. If anybody has a preference, let me know. especially if that preference is Monday. No, I'm teasing. I don't know why. I just feel like it would also help kind of break up that super long day for me. Because being up at 2:30, getting home at 11, even if I take a nap, I'm up again by 12:30, 1 o'clock at the most. If I sleep for 2 whole hours, which normally I don't, and normally nap for about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour and a half. And then I'm still awake for another 6 or 7 hours after that. It's just such a long day. So I'll keep you posted, but for now, planning on Thursday. So health, going well. Weight loss, none, which is great. That's exactly what I want right now. Because I've not been focused on calorie deficit specifically. I've been probably eating a little bit more, probably at maintenance, which makes sense. Mental health feels really good. Physical health feels better. I'm no longer exhausted, just a little tired. And not even tired all of the time, just tired some of the time. Which is such a huge improvement. So if it gets even better, I'm going to be super excited. But even if it doesn't, this is totally manageable, and I feel really good about it. So I'm happy. Let's see. Oh, I've missed Chris leaving again, and I've ran us over our 6 o'clock. Let's see. Sounds like a great plan. Thanks. Take care. Lori also had to go. Bye, Lori. Bye. Monday's good with you. You'll be at work no matter what day I do. Yeah, I'm just thinking of ways to break that Monday up for me, but then we'll see, because I may figure out something else to do to help break that up that brings in money or something. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I appreciate you being here. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you didn't, subscribe if you know how, and comment down below. I don't know. Wow, my brain just went, what are you having for dinner? Comment down below. What are you having for dinner? Because I don't know what I'm having for dinner. I haven't eaten dinner yet. I had lunch. I'm not really very hungry. I'll probably just have a protein shake. I had a big lunch. Anyway, and until next time, I'll see you real soon. Have a great weekend.